What's up guys, Shane Starnes here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the most advanced robotic mop and vacuum that I've ever seen. This has the all-new Mop Extend feature for precision edge cleaning, 7,000 Pascal of suction power, and a very unique base station that can actually remove the mop pads before cleaning your carpets. This is the L20 Ultra by Dreametech. Big shout outs to Dreametech for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's get this out of the box and see what all we're working with. First up, we have an accessories package. This looks like a super in-depth instruction manual, so a lot that you can read there. This seems a lot more manageable. This is a quick start guide. Then we've got our warranty information. This is a ramp extension for the base station. We've got our dual mop heads. We have a single side brush. There's a bottle of the cleaning solution, and we have a power cord. Next up, we have the robotic vacuum mop right here. I'm gonna go ahead and install the side brush and also the mop pads on the back here. Let's take a closer look at the vacuum here. We've got our LiDAR mapping system up top. This is going to provide a 3D map of your entire home, and it is the more advanced mapping technology. So it's going to shoot out hundreds of lasers all over the place. It's going to know exactly where it is at all times in your home. You've got your camera system up front for 3D obstacle avoidance. This is going to even be able to avoid things like electric cords, charge cords, things like that. On the top, you've got your home base button, your power button, and your spot cleaning button. If we remove the lid, this gives you access to your dustbin. All right, that's going to auto empty into the station. You've also got your reset button over here and a QR code to get this connected to the app. If you look at the bottom here, you've got your single side brush, you've got your dual mop pads, an extra long brush in the center, and this does have the tangle-free brush. Hair removal and cleanup is going to be pretty easy on this. And then we've got our anti-cliff sensors, so this is not going to tumble down your stairs. On the back, you've got your charge ports. This is the water intake, and then you've got your auto empty port for the dustbin. This is super interesting. So this actually rotates out so that the mop pad moves and will actually get closer to the edges and corners in your home. So I'm really interested to test out that feature. It's the first time I've seen anything like it. I've seen other vacuum cleaners that have like a swing technology where they'll try to swing the backside towards the corners and edges. But this is the first time I've seen it actually move the mop pad out. So that's super interesting. There's no way to sugarcoat it, guys. This base station is really big, but it has to be for all the technology that's included. So up top, you've got a home button, a play button, and an air drying button. We've also got a dirty water tank. We've got a clean water tank. Right here in the middle is where you'll put the cleaning solution. This system perfectly mixes the correct amount of solution with water so that you're able to get out the sticky messes and grime when mopping. You've got a cleaning brush and hair removal tool. Right here you've got your auto empty dust bag, so super easy to swap that out. And then there's storage for a spare bag there as well. Right here's the mop cleaning area. This actually pulls out very easily for cleaning. And you can see here that the water distribution and suction is separated from the auto empty dustbin. So you've got one port that blows air into the dustbin, one port that sucks it out. So this is super efficient in emptying the dustbin and also efficient in cleaning and drying the mop pad. Next up, let's go ahead and get this connected to the app. So you'll need to pick up this Dreamy Home application. There's a QR code right here underneath the lid, so you'll scan that to find the app. So we're just going to click this add button up top, scan the QR code. We'll press these two buttons to clean and dock together for 3 seconds. It says that we're all connected, so we'll click finished. I've got the vacuum cleaner set up at the base station. One thing that I love about this is it does have the advanced LiDAR navigation system, which means that it can do a quick map. So the first time it goes out to do a map of your house, within just a few minutes, it will have a full detailed map. You're not gonna have to wait several cleanings for it to get a good map. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that process now. And you can already see it's building the map actively as it kind of roams through the house quickly. Within 11 minutes, it's come up with an accurate map of my home here. And one thing that I really love about this, it labels all the obstacles. So the L20 Ultra is by far the most advanced robotic mop that I've ever used, and I've used dozens over the past several years. This uses dual scrub technology with dual rotating mop heads and downward pressure to really scrub out sticky stains and messes on your floors. When it's mopping, the rotating brush actually lifts and the vacuum motor shuts off, so you don't have to worry about sucking up the mess inside of the vacuum portion of the robot, which is definitely a nice plus. I thoroughly tested out the mop and it was able to clean up all the messes that I threw at it. I started out on the tile. This cleaned up sticky, dried up chocolate milk. It was able to clean up this ketchup and even a soda spill. Then I took it over to the hardwood and it was very easily able to clean up this milk spill. When you're mopping and cleaning your floors, you do have a couple of different options. So they have the Clean Genius mode and the Custom Clean mode. The Clean Genius mode actually is able to sense the dirtiness of the mops whenever the mop returns for cleaning, and it will actually send the mop back out to do additional cleaning if it determines that your floors are still dirty. This was very useful when cleaning up the dried up chocolate milk and also the ketchup, as it was able to go and finish those cleanings on the second pass with the ketchup and the third pass with the chocolate milk. When it comes to the mop on the L20 Ultra, I think the most unique feature is the Mop Extend feature. I have seen mops out there with what they call swing technology, so it'll swing the backside of the mop and still get pretty close to the edges. This gets directly on the edge. With the Mop Extend edge cleaning, you're able to get within 2 millimeters of your baseboards and edges. In my testing, this was actually able to get right on the edge. And to me, that is the standout feature of the mop, is that Mop Extend technology. I think it's insane how smart it is. When it detects your furniture legs, when it detects the baseboards, it will extend that mop and get very close, almost touching the edge of your furniture and baseboards. In the custom cleaning setup, you have 3 water levels: water saving, daily mopping, and deep mopping. And this mop actually has its own water tank, and you can actually hear it add water and solution to the mop pads as it cleans. This means you get a good even clean on all of your floors, as the mop pads are not drying out mid-clean. The base station also houses cleaning solution, and this automatically mixes the perfect amount of cleaning solution to ensure that you're able to get up the sticky and grimy messes on your hard floors. If you have a mix of carpets and hard floors like me, then it can get annoying to have to bend down and remember to take the mop pads off of your vacuum cleaner. Most vacuums on the market totally avoid carpets when in mopping mode, and they won't even go on the carpets unless you remove the mop pads. The L20 Ultra has 3 different ways that it deals with the carpets. You can choose to have it to avoid carpets altogether. If you have mid to low pile carpets, you can choose to actually have this to raise the mop pads by 10.5 millimeters. This keeps from cross-contamination and it avoids dragging wet pads across your carpet. Or if you have high pile carpets, I actually have a high pile rug, you can choose to have this to return to the base. It will actually remove the mop pads automatically and then return to your high pile rugs and vacuum those, which to me is insane. I just love that I don't have to worry about removing the mop pads. It really makes this whole experience hand-free, as I can have this to thoroughly mop all of my hard floors and then drop off the mop pads and thoroughly vacuum my high pile rug. The L20 Ultra features the high power Vormax suction system, which boasts up to 7,000 pascal of suction power. That's the most suction power I've ever seen on a robotic vacuum, and it's approaching the suction power that you would get from a traditional stick vacuum. It didn't really matter what I threw at this robot, it was able to clean up every mess. So whether that was coffee grounds or coffee beans or even goldfish on my tile floors, it was easily able to pick up those messes. This also does a great job at removing pet hair. I even dumped out some oatmeal and grits on my wood floors, and it was able to get those up no problem. I moved this over to the high pile rug and crushed up some barbecue Lay's chips and kind of spread those out over the carpet, and within just a couple of passes it was able to get up that entire mess. So the 7,000 pascal suction power on this robotic vacuum is definitely the strongest that I've seen on a robotic vacuum. This has an auto empty dust bin with dual boost 2.0 technology and a 3.2 liter dust bag, so you don't have to reach down and clean the dust bin for up to 75 days. This also has a clean water and dirty water reservoir. I had to change those out less often than I have with previous auto empty clean stations that I've used in the past. This also features hot air drying, so it's gonna dry those mop pads in about 3 hours. You don't have to worry about mold, mildew, or smells coming from this system. The mop pad cleaning tray can be easily removed from the station, so you can rinse that off and clean it very easily. With an anti-tangle design, the roller brush is also very easy to clean by hand. The thing that really stands out here is there is an option for a water hookup kit for auto refilling and draining, so that would really make this a totally hands-free solution. You would only ever have to change out the auto empty dust bag about every 75 days. And with the Clean Genius technology, you can set this up for daily cleaning and you wouldn't even have to think about it. This thing would go out and clean your home while you're away at work or while you're sleeping, and you'd be alerted when the dustbin needs to change out, and you would just have a clean house without having to think about it. The vacuum has a large 6400 milliamp hour battery, which was plenty of juice to clean my entire downstairs without needing a charge. But if it does need a charge, this charges 30% faster than other previous vacuum cleaners on the market. So you won't have to wait all day for this to recharge if it does have to go out and finish a clean. The Pathfinder Smart Navigation uses LDS technology in order to find the most efficient path for cleaning and also the most efficient path to go to certain spots in your home. This also gives you the ability to fast map your home. I was able to fast map my home the first time in under 9 minutes, which is definitely a plus. You're not having to wait for your vacuum cleaner to go through your house several times to formulate a map. This can automatically split the floor plan into separate rooms in the application, and you have the ability for multi-floor mapping. So if you want to have a map for your downstairs and a separate map for your upstairs or even a third level or basement, you have that option. There's even support here for no-go zones, so if you've got a toy room or you have somewhere where you don't want this to go, you can program that. The L20 Ultra has the most advanced obstacle avoidance that I've ever seen. So it can actually pinpoint the type of object. So whether that be a cord or a shoe, it will take a picture of the object and place it on the map. So if you're not at home, you can see what it was that was in the way, and then that kind of gives you a mental note of going and moving that or whatever. That being said, this was able to avoid power cords, which is very difficult for robotic vacuums to avoid. It was also able to avoid pet accidents. I set up some Play-Doh in the middle of the floor. It definitely avoided the Play-Doh. It took a shot and told me what it thought it was, which was a pet accident. It did really look like a pet accident. This utilizes the Pathfinder Smart Navigation, which combines AI action and 3D structured light obstacle avoidance to avoid not only your walls and furniture, but also everyday items. I have a pet and kids, and so there are things that are left out occasionally. Usually robotic vacuums will either make more of a mess by spreading out the mess that it didn't avoid, or you kind of have to babysit them and detangle power cords and things like that that it may have ran into. That's not an issue with the L20 Ultra. It is able to avoid all of those obstacles with ease. With features like Mop Extend, mop pad removal, and that 7,000 Pascal suction power, this is definitely the most advanced robotic cleaning system that I've ever used. I'll be sure to include links in the description of where you can find out more about the L20 Ultra by Dreametech and where you can pick one up for yourself. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.